Belt to fucking ass. Holy shit. What the fuck have I just witnessed? The Eagles are your Super Bowl champions. Peace has been restored and everything is good and well with the fucking National Football League. Thank God that the Chiefs dynasty is finally fucking over. Something about Patrick Mahomes getting butt-fucked on national television truly makes me the happiest fucking man on the planet. Saquon Barkley is the best player that has ever been played, and Jalen Hurts needs to be the best fucking player that has ever played in a damn Super Bowl. The Eagles' offensive line is just a bunch of gorillas that put on fucking helmets. This Eagles defense played the best game that I have ever fucking seen. Sacking Mahomes 7 fucking times is a truly delightful sight to see. I love the entire city of Philadelphia, and whatever the fuck happens in my life is just fine because the Chiefs did not complete the three-peat, and I could not be fucking happier. The Chiefs barely made into Eagles territory because of the sheer belt to ass that they endured for a solid 60 fucking minutes. God, I love the NFL, and God, I hate Taylor Swift. Thank you all for an amazing NFL season, and I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did.
From that level. I mean, I feel like we compete with the Eagles and beat them for the most part when we played them. I don't want to say check the record when they're the guys holding the trophy right now. So credit to them. They've earned it and they deserved it by all means. But, yeah, very close, especially even watch the NFC game, the NFC Championship. And those two teams that we battle against each and every year a couple of times. And as I said, feel confident about we've gotten the better part each and every time. To see them, to see it in such a dominating fashion, credit to them. It's our turn and it's on us.
Stephen A., I'm going to go back to you. Delusional or confident is Dak Prescott with that statement?
Well, clearly delusional. We know this. This is Dak Prescott. When has he not been delusional? I mean, we've seen evidence of this time and time again from this guy. I will give him credit for this, though. I want to thank Dak Prescott because I happen to care about my brethren in print media. That's where my career originated in print media. And I want to thank Dak Prescott for giving them material. I mean, I really, really appreciate it.
Three's back. I'm finally back in Philadelphia, South Jersey area. It was a nice trip to LA. Met some great people. Shout out to Debbie, the healer, the shaman healer. Shout out to Anthony from Canadian Awareness. No, I met a lot of people. I can't remember everybody's name, but it was pretty funny. Met a lot of weirdos. I sent a video to my buddy Monty from Mid-State of all the dope smoking hippies over there. It's funny because they'll get the engines out there, smoking the engine pipes, blessing the area, and then they'll put on some weird like Peruvian flute music, and like it's not really dancing, right? It's not dancing how we understand it here up in the Northeast, right? It's a weird body gyration going on of arms waving and fucking hips swaying and stuff like that. It's really weird and strange, but it's only weird and strange because I'm not used to it. That's the only reason why. But I'm sure over there when they're getting high on DMT and beaming themselves up unnaturally to fucking other dimensions, that it's pretty normal there. But as far as the Northeast, specifically South Jersey and Philadelphia, we don't get down like that really. But thoroughly enjoyed the Super Bowl, of course, as predicted, as was told, as it is, as it was, and it has been. The Philadelphia Football Eagles put foot to ass, belt to ass onto the Kansas City Chiefs, gaining their revenge. Of course, the refs didn't make it about themselves, and Patrick Mahomes got what he deserved. All right, in the process of pleasing the whole country, except for specific Eagle haters. All right, so fuck them. We did it, and we're going to the parade tomorrow, and there's going to be nothing but love going on. So they couldn't pick a perfect day to have the parade. So it's going to all be Philadelphia love going on tomorrow. And synchronicity is what it is. It's synchronicity. And, yeah, in total elation, total joy, total intensity going on for the last week. And, of course, Alpha 3 was really one of the only people out there in LA, because LA doesn't even care about their own teams, let alone what's going on in Philadelphia. But as soon as they did win, after the third quarter ended, Alpha 3 ran upstairs to his room, grabbed a bottle of Jamaican rum, ran back downstairs with shot cups that he stole from another booth, and started handing out shots to everybody, running around screaming the Eagles fight song, getting congratulations from everybody. So that was nice. And Alpha 3 did order his Jalen Hurts autographed football, as he does every year. So that was nice. So we'll see what happens. If you need me to recap, if you need Alpha 3 to recap how the game went, then first of all, I would assume that you didn't even watch the game to begin with. But secondly, all you have to do is watch any type of like roller derby, any type of crash dummy event, and you'll know what happened in the Super Bowl, because it was nothing but absolute destruction and pain. Right? All you have to know is the one scene from Rocky 3 where he predicts, where Clubber Lang predicts. He's like, "What do you predict for this fight?" He goes, "I predict pain." And that's all it was, just absolute pain and destruction. So this is so quick story. Some goof next to me who clearly doesn't watch anything about football is trying to resonate with Alpha 3, trying to be Alpha 3's pal, and making just completely stupid statements, not understanding how dumb his statements are, thinking that he's smart. I finally had to tell him, after about 10 minutes of his fucking commentary, finally had to tell him, listen, I literally told him, listen, you're starting to annoy me, so please just be quiet, because everything you're saying, I don't care about. It doesn't matter to Alpha 3. So just sit there and be quiet. So that's what I had to tell him. I had to put him on timeout. I had to put a dunce cap on his head and tell him to shut up. All right, so eventually, because I was running a booth at the time, so I had to watch the Super Bowl on my phone. So, and he was trying to get in on the action, watching the game. Finally, he had to download the app himself and watch the game in the corner by himself, because I just couldn't tolerate him anymore. It's like, just shut up. I'm trying to fucking watch the game. Right? But that was funny. But it's all love going on over here. The halftime show was just hilarious. If you didn't get the halftime show, if you thought the halftime show was stupid and boring or whatever, you just don't understand. You're not at that level yet. You don't understand how these symbolisms work. You're just still on a low vibrational fucking, you're still vibrating very low. Your energy's very low. But the halftime show was awesome. It was awesome, not particularly because of the artist or any of his fucking songs, but the symbolism from beginning to end. See, Alpha 3 is all about symbolism and how all these things play out, the hidden messages. And there was nothing but hidden messages in that whole fucking performance. So, if you don't know, I'm not going to go over all this symbolism. I'm not going to tell you how it went down. Find a video that explains it. And it probably... Come on, move your fucking ass, because these fuckers... Yeah, I'm going, whether you like it or not. There's no... I'm back home. There's no consideration on the road. Nobody has any type of... Nobody gives you any type of courtesy on the road here. You gotta force your way into little cracks and crevices on the road. But, find a video that explains the symbolism in the whole thing. And it's funny because, like, the whole rest of the world is ripping Americans, like United States of Americans, because they don't understand symbolism. They're so stupid and low vibrational. They can't think outside the box. Everything has to be explained to people like they're fucking 3-year-olds and like robots, right? So the rest of the world loved the halftime show, and they're putting out videos about how dumb Americans are because they don't understand symbolic art, right? And it's true. What can you say? I agree with them. Right? You have to be entertained like little 3-year-olds at Disney World. Throw little puppets and little fucking little cartoon characters and stuff at Americans to get them. You can't think deep into fucking shit. You can't fucking figure out. That's what I've been explaining to you clowns for the last 10 years. That you can't understand the well, because you're not educated. You don't. The Americans are lazy, and they won't fucking do the extra work to understand what things mean. So anyway, I'm not here to go on rants like that, but I'm ready for it. It's number 2. It's number 2, so peace and love to the Philadelphia Eagles. We're going to go on to the next step. We're going on to the next step. We're going for the next one, for number 3. It's just so funny. It's so funny. As soon as we win number 2, all the New York, the East Rutherford Giants fans, not so much the Commander fans, because they get it, at least for the most part. They're a little bit more, they get it a little bit more than East Rutherford Giants fans, and especially Arlington Cowboys fans, which brings me to the next point. But as soon as we win number 2, Arlington Cowboy fans want to try to acknowledge that they have 5 from like over 30 years ago. It's just too fun. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. It's like the Jets trying to throw their 1 Super Bowl win in there or whatever. Like, okay, we acknowledge that you got one from the 60s, but who cares? But anyway, which leads me to the delusion of Arlington Cowboy fans, or not Cowboy fans so much, like the ones that understand it. I know there's a group of Cowboy fans that get it, and understand it. The disaster that is the Arlington Cowboys, but there is a group of delusional Cowboy fans out there that buy into what Jerry Jones is saying. Like Jerry Jones saying that if Jalen Hurts would have been around when they went to pick, when their pick came up, that they would have drafted him. Shut your fucking ass up, Jerry Jones. Yeah, we would have took Jalen Hurts if he would have been around when we were ready. No, that's not the point. You got to pick him when you're not ready. You got to make maneuvers. You got to know from the beginning, just like Howie Roseman did from the beginning, that he's a great player, and you got to move up to pick him. You got to know when to pick him, when it's a deal and when it's not. All right, so shut your ass up, Jerry Jones. All right. But the other thing is Dak Prescott. I don't know where he was going with this thing where he thinks that the Arlington Cowboys are close to the Eagles. They're right there, right by. But you know what, Dak? You're right. You're right there you're so close to the Eagles. You're just as good as the Eagles. Maybe if you would have had 1 or 2 breaks here and there, you would have been in the championship, win the Super Bowl. You're absolutely right. Keep that mindset, Arlington. I don't know why anybody else is so upset and mad that he made that statement when the whole world knows that the Arlington Cowboys are nothing near what the Philadelphia Eagles are. But keep believing that. That's the point. Allow him to keep believing. Allow him and the whole organization of the Arlington Cowboys, keep them believing that they're really close. Keep them believing that their running backs are almost just as good as the Philadelphia Football Eagles running back. Keep him just believing that their tight end is just good as the tight end. Keep having them believe that their defense is almost right there, just as good, if not better, than the Philadelphia Eagles defense. Keep them believing that. Like, I'm all for it. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Dak Prescott, Dakota. Keep believing that, right? So from 10 years from now, when you still haven't made the playoffs, you can still keep believing that you're just as good as the Eagles. All right, that's the mindset we want to keep these people believing. We don't want them to live in reality, because if they lived in reality, if they did actually live in reality, then they might make serious changes, like the Washington Redskins did, right? Once they start recognizing how really bad they are and start making adjustments, that's when it's going to be a problem. So stop complaining that they think they're as good as the Eagles. Let them keep believing that, all right? And keep the East Rutherford Giants show and keep believing that his players aren't worth what they're going to pay them. Have him keep believing that. All right. So anyway, that's a little warfare, mindset warfare, right? Anybody comes to me with any stupid type of knowledge that they think they know, everybody else knows that what they're saying is ridiculous. I applaud them. I let them know that they're doing a great job. You know what? You're absolutely right. That's called mental warfare. All right, it's called mental warfare. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Trump is a tyrant. Yes, you're absolutely right. Anyway, Alpha 3's that's Jim. And I'm out. Send it.